Hey guys, welcome to Jake Straight Up Reviews. Today we're going to do a little garage battle. It's kind of windy outside, chance of a storm. We're going to put the two newcomers in the medium-sized party speaker category. That would be the LG XL7 and the Sony XV800. Both of these just came out recently, so we're getting sprinkled on a little bit right now. Let's get back in the garage and let's get this going. Alright, so I'm about 12, maybe 13 feet away from the speakers. Zoomed in a little bit. They're at the edge of the outer part of the garage. Now I'm going to run these first off their battery, and each one of these is in their kind of their standard mode. The LG one's called Sound Boost, and the Sony is Mega Bass. I don't like either one of these modes on either one of these speakers, but we're going to show you what that sounds like off of their battery to start with. And we're going to start at 40%. Now you'll hear some birds and wind rustling in the wind, maybe a car go by. I had a jabroni recently comment on one of my videos that, well, you know, if you're going to do a video like that, you really shouldn't have any outside noise so we can get a real true sound of the speaker. Well, if you're outside in your garage or what have you, you're going to have some external noises. I'm sorry, but I can't control nature and I can't control other people. So we'll do the best we can. So we'll start with the LG on the left. I got a little bit darker in here so you can hopefully see the lights. The Sony lights are not really very prominent, but here we go at 40%. These are off their battery. Put your headphones on if you got them. This is the LG. Sony. Both these speakers sound really dark sounding. The LG worse when they're in their standard modes. LG. Sony. LG. Go up to 60%. Sony. LG. Sony. Change track, still at 60. LG. Up to 80. Sony. Change track, still 80. LG. Sony.
Can hardly sleep at night, doing crazy dreaming.
Max volume.
You're the reason why.
So, LG.
Don't try to save me.
Sony.
My world is faster and faster. The tears and the laughter. I'm here for the ride.
LG.
Yes, yes.
they're both pretty loud, but they don't sound, they just sound messy, especially when you get high volume. They just, neither one of them in their standard modes have a clear and crisp sound. They're just kind of flat and muffled sounding. The LG may be a little worse than the Sony. I just don't like either one of them in those modes. So we're going to plug them in now. We'll run them in their custom EQ from within their app. Each one has an app with a 3-band EQ. Let's do that next. Okay, so now both speakers are plugged in. They do get a little bump in output when you plug them in. And I have each one of them changed to a custom EQ within their app EQ. Now you can refer back to that bass test I did down in the basement to see what those settings were, but it's basically both of them have the treble raised up quite a bit, the LG max on their 3-band EQ, mid some, and then the bass, not all the way, but the bass increased also. I think they sound better with their custom EQs from within the app. So we're going to start with the LG on the left. This is at 40% plugged in. Same song we ended with. This is Sony, excuse me. This is Sony. I already tell it sounds better. LG. Sony.
Doing crazy dreaming.
Let's go up to 60.
You're the reason why I'm bothered, baby.
LG.
Don't try to save me. I feel like
Sony.
my world is faster and faster. The tears and the laughter. I'm here for.
LG.
Yes, I'm an emotional man.
Let's stop there for a second. Now that song, the LG, the lower end of that bass line seems like it has a little meatier sound to it than the Sony does. The Sony doesn't seem like it has as much oomph to the bass down there when you're hitting that bass line. But the Sony sounds clearer and has a better upper range. The LG sounds a little flat sounding, like it doesn't have much layers to it, if you will. It's just kind of coming all at you at one flat level. Get back to it.
Yes, but you wouldn't want me less. Yes,
Sony.
how wild it could get to love an emotional dance.
LG.
I'm in a trance.
Change track. Let's go up to 80. Sony. LG. Now there again, you can kind of tell by that song because it has that bass line to it. The Sony, and plus when you get higher in range, you kind of start losing some bass. The Sony just isn't hitting that bass line like the LG is. It's starting to rain. I'm glad I didn't try to go down somewhere and do this outside. All right, let's get back to it on the LG. Sony. Let's go up to max volume on the Sony. LG. Sony. that bass line. So that's the comparison of these two. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm kind of torn. I don't think there's really a clear winner in this contest because I think the Sony can sound better in the upper range, and it has a little more layer to the sound, you would say, whereas the LG sounds a little flat in the presentation, but it has a better lower end capability and it holds its sound signature a little better than the Sony does. You get a higher in volume, that Sony starts losing bass more so than the LG. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Neither one of these, in my opinion, outclasses the Partybox 310. Partybox 310, in my opinion, is still the mid-size party speaker champ. But that's just my opinion. Either one of these could be an option, depending on what you like and what you need. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, do it today. It doesn't cost you anything, and as you know, it's worth every bit of that. We'll catch you guys in the next one. That's a wrap.